From mining disasters to sudden landslides, mountains can collapse without warning, leaving devastation in their wake. Today, we're diving into 10 shocking mountain collapses caught on camera. Jiaotong, China, August 5, 2018. Heroism and quick thinking averted tragedy in Jiaotong, China on August 5, 2018, when bus driver Yang Yong noticed cracks spreading across a mountainside during his daily route. Ignoring passenger complaints, Yang parked his bus horizontally across the road, blocking traffic. Minutes later, the mountain unleashed a landslide that buried the road under 15 meters of debris. Yang's actions saved 22 passengers and motorists from certain death. Investigators later discovered that illegal quarrying had hollowed out the mountain's base, leaving it vulnerable to collapse. Yang, hailed as a national hero, received awards from the government, but declined interviews, stating, "I just did what anyone would do." His story underscores the importance of community vigilance in regions where lax regulations put lives at risk. Hannanzhong, China. September 18, 2021. In September 2021, the mountainous region of Hannanzhong in China's Yunnan province became the epicenter of a catastrophic landslide after days of relentless monsoon rains. The soil, saturated with over 300 millimeters, 12 inches of rainfall in just 72 hours, liquefied, triggering a massive collapse. Local villagers filmed the harrowing moment the mountainside disintegrated, sending an estimated 2 million cubic meters of rock, mud, and debris cascading onto National Highway 210. The landslide obliterated a 200-meter stretch of the highway and blocked the Yuan River below, creating a temporary dam that threatened downstream villages with catastrophic flooding. Authorities swiftly evacuated over 1,500 residents, but 2 construction workers were injured by flying debris. The disaster highlighted the region's vulnerability to climate change, as extreme rainfall events have become 40% more frequent in Yunnan over the past decade. Geologists later identified deforestation as a critical factor. Decades of logging and agricultural expansion had stripped the mountains of stabilizing vegetation. Rescue teams worked for weeks to clear the debris, but the landslide left a permanent scar on the landscape. This event stands as a grim lesson in the interplay between human activity and natural disasters. Biya, China, May 8, 2022. In the remote village of Biya, nestled in China's Sichuan province, a mountainside collapse on May 8, 2022. Unleashed 25,000 cubic meters of debris into the valley below. The landslide, triggered by a combination of torrential rains and underground mining activity, buried a swath of old-growth forest and 3 farmhouses. 3 villagers working in the fields vanished under the rubble, their bodies never recovered. Drone footage revealed a 150-meter wide gash in the mountainside, exposing layers of fractured shale weakened by years of illegal coal mining. Rescue teams struggled for days to reach the site due to impassable roads and ongoing rockfall. Local officials admitted that unregulated mining operations had destabilized the area, but enforcement remained lax due to corruption. The tragedy sparked nationwide debates about China's reliance on coal and the human cost of energy extraction. For the survivors, the landslide became a symbol of nature's wrath against unchecked industrialization. Hell's Mouth, England. September 23, 2011. The rugged coastline of Hell's Mouth in Cornwall, England, delivered a dramatic spectacle on September 23, 2011, when 100,000 tons of cliff face crumbled into the sea. Hikers filmed the hour-long rockfall, which sent plumes of dust soaring 30 meters into the air and created a new cove in the shoreline.
Best rockfall footage he had ever seen.
There it goes. There it goes.
Geologists from the British Geological Survey later determined that the collapse, the largest in Cornwall's recorded history, was caused by a combination of coastal erosion and groundwater saturation from weeks of rain. The site, part of the Southwest Coast Path, has long been unstable due to its geology, layers of shale and sandstone prone to slippage. Authorities closed a 2-kilometre stretch of the trail indefinitely, but the event attracted curious tourists hoping to witness future collapses. Scientists warn that rising sea levels and storm intensity due to climate change could make such events routine, reshaping Britain's iconic coastline within decades. Myanmar Jade Mine. Disaster 2020. Myanmar's Parkent Jade Mines, a lawless region where fortunes are made and lives lost, witnessed one of the deadliest landslides in modern history on July 2nd, 2020. After days of monsoon rains, a 300-metre high waste heap from jade mining operations collapsed, burying over 200 informal miners, known as jade pickers, under a tidal wave of mud and boulders. Survivors filmed the horror as entire families vanished into the sludge. Their screams drowned out by the roar of the landslide. The disaster exposed the brutal reality of Myanmar's $31 billion jade industry, controlled by military-linked cartels and foreign investors. Jade pickers, often migrants from impoverished regions, risk their lives daily to scavenge scraps from corporate mining sites. Despite warnings from meteorologists, no evacuation orders were issued. The government's tepid response, rescuing only 23 survivors, ignited protests, but reforms stalled. Environmentalists warn that deforestation and unregulated mining have turned Parkent into a ticking time bomb, with landslides now occurring weekly during rainy seasons. Himachal Pradesh, India, July 30th, 2021. The Himalayan state of Himachal Pradesh, India, narrowly avoided mass casualties on July 30th, 2021. When a 500-metre section of the Kalka-Shimla highway disintegrated during a landslide. The collapse, captured by a dashcam, shows the road crumbling like a sandcastle as boulders the size of cars tumbled into the valley.
Open!
Miraculously, no vehicles were on the road at the time. Locals had blocked traffic hours earlier after spotting cracks in the asphalt. Geologists attributed the disaster to a perfect storm of factors: record-breaking monsoon rains, deforestation, and poorly planned road construction that destabilised slopes. The Kalka-Shimla Highway, a British-era engineering marvel, has become increasingly treacherous due to climate change and overdevelopment. Authorities responded by installing 200 real-time landslide sensors across the state, but residents argue that long-term solutions require curbing tourism and illegal logging. Guo Province, China, July 10th, 2017. A group of hikers in China's Guo Province narrowly escaped death on July 10th, 2017, when a 50-metre tall clay formation collapsed without warning. The hikers, filming their trek through the scenic Tianmen mountain area, captured the moment the cliff face sheared off, sending a dust cloud billowing across the valley. The collapse was attributed to days of heavy rain. The region had received a month's worth of precipitation in 48 hours, which turned the clay into a slippery, unstable slurry. Geologists later revealed that the mountain's unique geology, a mix of soft clay and brittle sandstone, made it prone to sudden failures. Despite warnings from park officials, tourism agencies continued promoting the trail as safe. The incident forced China's National Tourism Administration to implement stricter safety inspections at popular hiking sites, though critics argue enforcement remains inconsistent. For the hikers, the footage serves as a visceral reminder that nature's beauty often masks deadly risks. Linfen, China, October 6, 2021. Linfen, a city in China's coal-rich Shaanxi province, endured a dual disaster on October 6, 2021, when a cliff face collapsed after a record-breaking rainstorm. The landslide buried a busy street under 10 meters of debris, crushing 6 cars and injuring 12 people. Security camera footage shows the moment the cliff, weakened by decades of underground coal mining, disintegrated, sending a wave of rubble into traffic. The disaster was part of a broader crisis. Unprecedented floods and landslides across Shaanxi displaced 1.7 million people and forced 60 coal mines to shut down. Environmentalists linked the catastrophe to the region's notorious air and soil pollution, which has degraded vegetation and accelerated erosion. While the government pledged $1.4 billion for reconstruction, locals remain skeptical. The mines made this land weak. One survivor told reporters, "No amount of money can fix that." Route 168, Japan, August 10, 2004. Japan's Nara Prefecture faced a nightmare scenario in August 2004 when Typhoon Songda's torrential rains triggered a catastrophic landslide along Route 168. The collapse, which occurred near the village of Totsukawa, sent 120,000 cubic meters of earth sliding into the valley, severing a critical transportation artery. Helicopter footage revealed a 300-meter stretch of road reduced to rubble, with power lines dangling precariously over the abyss. Remarkably, no lives were lost. Japan's meteorological agency had issued a level 5 evacuation warning, the highest alert, days earlier, prompting residents to flee. Engineers had also installed ground-penetrating radar along the route, detecting soil saturation levels nearing critical thresholds. The disaster became a case study in disaster preparedness, showcasing Japan's integration of technology and community education. However, the $15 million reconstruction effort took nearly a year, underscoring the financial toll of such events. Mostar, Bosnia, April 6, 2024. Mostar, a historic city in Bosnia and Herzegovina, faced an environmental catastrophe in April 2024 when a mining company's controlled blasting operation spiraled out of control. The company, extracting limestone from Mount Velez, miscalculated the explosive's impact, triggering a landslide that sent 500,000 tons of rock and soil hurtling toward the Neretva River. Security cameras captured the chaos as debris crushed parked cars, destroyed a riverside cafe, and partially blocked the river, creating a 15-meter-high debris dam. While only 2 people sustained minor injuries, the ecological fallout was staggering. The Neretva, known for its crystal clear waters and endemic species like the Neretva softmouth trout, turned murky as sediment suffocated aquatic life. Environmental groups estimated that 70% of fish populations in the affected area perished. Well, this is it for today's video. We'll see you in the next one.